Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to see few of the automation tools that are very popular and that are widely used in the industry. Let's see the first one. HP Unified Functional Testing Tool, which is nothing but you have heard this QTP, Quick Test Professional. The Quick Test Professional was renamed as HPE. So this HPE is a product of HP, and this helps in automating both functional as well as regression testing. Since this is a product from HP, this is a licensed product and a commercial product that you need to buy it from them. You will be having one license key to install that in your organization's PC. So HP Quick Test Professional is renamed as HPE Unified Functional Testing, which is exclusively used for functional as well as regression testing. Here in QTP, you have a built-in repository where you can store the test cases and you can also view the test results. And this uses VBS scripting language. This supports Visual Basic scripting language, and this is pretty costly. The next tool is Selenium. When I hear the word automation, the first thing I hear is Selenium. You know Selenium. So the Selenium has become most popular automation tool nowadays, because nowadays there are a lot of startup companies, there are a lot of small companies. Everybody, they are launching a website, they are launching an application. So when you're launching a website, the first thing is to test the website. So this Selenium is used for testing websites. This is exclusively used for testing web applications. So this web application testing tool uses different languages, but predominantly in most of the companies, Selenium is used by JavaScript language. Selenium testing framework supports Java programming languages. Widely JavaScript is used, but this application supports Python, Groovy, Ruby, C#, everything. There are different languages supported by this application, and also one important feature is this application works in various platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, in different browsers. Also it not only supports different platforms, OS, but also it supports different browsers. So you can easily do cross-browser testing. You can use this tool to perform web application automation on different browsers. At the same time, you can use it in Chrome, you can use it in Safari. So it supports different browsers as well. So this Selenium is now one of the popular tool, and why every company is using Selenium is because it's an open source tool and it's free of cost. It is not a commercial tool. It is an open source tool. And what are the advantages and disadvantages of this Selenium? So far we have seen only the advantages. As I told you, this is used for web application testing, and there's one more product from Selenium called Selenium Grid, which is actually useful for even web applications performance testing as well. Okay, and also this web application testing should require record and playback option, because whenever I want to see how the navigation actually happens, when I need to present my website to someone, I need to show how the navigation is actually happening, so that the Selenium tool actually supports record and playback option. So also it's free of cost, of course, and I can use it in different browsers, I can use it in different operating systems. So these are all the advantages. But when it comes to disadvantages or cons, this is only used for web automation testing, web applications automation testing. You cannot automate any other functionalities or any other say mobile application or any other mainframe applications. You cannot use Selenium for any other kind of automation testing. Only website it supports. And also, since it is an open source tool, there's no repository. Always commercial tool, you buy it from the vendor like HP, UFT. You buy it from HP. You spend a hefty amount to buy that as an organization. So you will be having different features like repository, built-in repository to maintain your cases, to store your cases, to store your result. But wherein when it comes to open source tool, it has its own restrictions. You will not have lot of features in open source tool, because nothing comes for free, and also everything will not come for free, right? Okay, so you don't have built-in repository here, and there's no customer support, because since it is an open source tool, there's no customer support to resolve your problems or queries. You have to sit, you have to think, you have to resolve if there is any problem with your application, automation, software or testing. So again, there's no plugins available, or kind of you cannot access anything outside the application. For example, your website testing is happening on an e-commerce website. For example, any Amazon or eBay. If you're doing automation testing, if you need to scan a barcode, if you want to test that barcode scanning functionality, which will not be possible because it is an external application. So this automation tool will not have access to, test the application which are outside the website. That is, there's no plugins also available for the Selenium. So that is one of the biggest disadvantage as well. So next one is Cucumber. Cucumber is again an automation tool, and it is again an open source tool. This tool uses the behavior driven framework. Behavior driven framework is how the application is behaving under different circumstances. These kind of framework is used for, this framework is used for automating using this Cucumber tool. Okay, this Cucumber is again a free of cost open source tool, and this acts as the bridge between your business user as well as the technical user. Let me tell you how. Because Cucumber supports writing automation test scripts even in plain text, whereas in Selenium you should know a little bit of programming languages, like you should have a minimal knowledge on the programming languages like Java or Python or C#, whereas here in Cucumber, you can write the automation test scripts even in plain text. It supports writing behavior-driven test cases, automation test scripts in plain text. So it acts as the bridge between business as well as technical users, because it is easily interpreted even by the business users, because they will not have that much coding knowledge, or at least not every business user will have that much coding knowledge to interpret the code. Whereas in this Cucumber, it is an advantage because it acts as a bridge between both the users, both the business as well as technical teams, and you can accomplish creating the test cases even in plain text. So there is no dependency also. If I write automation test scripts, I'm going to write it in a plain text. So if someone else coming into my team, a new joinee, it is easy for them to interpret as well. There is no dependency here. So again, pros and cons of Cucumber is, pros, as I told you, the best thing is it supports automation test scripts written in plain text, and there is no coding knowledge required when compared to Selenium. And it provides reusability, because since it is a plain text, any new person coming into the team, and they can, if they need to reuse the test scripts for any other projects, they can easily pick and reuse. There is no programming dependency as well. And again, it supports different OS and different browsers like Selenium, and it also supports different programming languages like Java, like Ruby. It also supports different programming languages along with the plain text. And the cons is, again, it lacks, the tool does not have any kind of repository, because again, I told you this is an open source tool. Definitely it will have its own limitations. You will not get everything for free. So there is no managing features as well. And since it is using Ruby, you need to install this Ruby environment in each and every PC where you are using this Cucumber. There is no centralized repository, and there is no cloud kind of feature. You need to go and install it manually in each and every PC to use this behavior-driven framework tool, right? That is one of the major disadvantage, because in an organization, if I have, say, around 25 people, in each and every PC, I need to go install this. If the work is only going to be for 3 people, I don't want to install it in all the 25 PCs, because everybody is the part of automation team. So that kind of difficulties are still there, because again, if one person goes on leave, if that PC alone has this Ruby installed, then that becomes a difficult part. So that is a major disadvantages as far as we have faced in our own organization with Cucumber. So the next one here is Appium Studio. Appium is a tool derived from Selenium Whereas Selenium is used only for automating web application, this Appium is used for automating mobile applications. But it is actually driven from Selenium to make the mobile automation testing better. So Appium Studio makes even more better. Appium testing is even more better because of Appium Studio. Appium Studio is even higher version of Appium. So this is widely used for testing mobile applications. Nowadays, I told you there are a lot of startup companies who are launching new mobile apps, who are launching new products as mobile applications, and they will have their own mobile application as well as their website. So there is a need of two different automation. One is Selenium as well as one is mobile automation. So there is high demand for this mobile automation testing, and the tool, inventing a tool for that is also on high demand. So this Appium Studio is again an open source tool which is free of cost, so that you can use that for automating your mobile application, and it supports both iOS and this Appium Studio can be installed in different machines such as Mac and as well as Windows, right? How you do mobile automation is you can virtualize that and you can install that application in your PC and you can automate it. So here this tool, it's unlike Selenium, it supports functionality outside your application. As I told you, barcode or check scanning or your touchscreen facility, touch ID, everything can be supported. It's not like Selenium. It supports what are the applications or what all the features outside your application can also be tested using this Appium Studio, which is the biggest advantage. And it also has record and playback feature, and it gives you step-by-step screenshots and videos. Since it has this record and playback feature, it will give you screenshots as well as videos of the navigations as well as the testing. So far we have seen all the functional and regression testing tools. Now performance. Whenever we are talking about automation, we say performance testing is the major thing that cannot be done manually. So we definitely need an automation tool to perform to complete our performance testing. So what all the performance automation tools? That is the major part now. JMeter. JMeter is again a Java application, Java based application, which is widely used across all the organization for performing load or stress or performance testing. So this is also an open source tool, free of cost, and widely used on different servers, widely used on performance testing for different servers. This uses keyword driven framework, and JMeter uses Java language, and it is used to perform both automation on performance as well as functional testing. It supports both performance as well as functional testing. The next one is load runner. I think when it comes to performance testing, everybody is aware of this tool. Like Selenium, this is also one of the famous tool which is used for for performance testing or load testing. This is again a product of HP. You have to buy it with hefty amount, but you will also get hefty benefits. When compared to other open source tool, load runner is one of the famous, and the results provided by load runner is set as a benchmark for other automation tools. It was so successful in the market, and even it acquires around 85% of the market share, because it was the only automation tool which yields such a kind of result in performance testing. You can say HP load runner is 100% performance automation tool which provide very good quality when compared to other open source tool. But nowadays the other open source tools also, they are coming up with competitive results, but the results set by load runner is taken as a benchmark. So this is a commercial product again. You need to buy it, and it also has a lot of facilities like centralized repository. It also has a lot of facilities like features to store your test results and retrieve as and when required. You can check them back. So these are the features which are given to the organization when you purchase this tool. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the upcoming lectures.